Lately, the production crew have a new discovery. At the center of Taipei City on Zhongxiao East Road near Guanghua Market and Jingshan South Road directly outside the Huashan Special District, surprisingly lies a very unique store. Today, the production crew will bring the viewers to explore this unique store. Right at the storefront, you will see that there are two giant wooden clogs on the corner of the store. They drew my attention right away, so let's go into the store and check it out. Hi, sir. Your shoes looks very strange.
Oh, this is for standing only.
Oh, is it?
Do you want to give it a try? See if it can let you become prettier and healthier.
Sure, but how do I wear this?
Do you exercise on a regular basis?
No, I don't.
The higher it is, the healthier you get.
Can I not have mine too high?
Sure, I will adjust one and you can try it on. Try to relax. Don't use too much strength.
Sure.
Lift your head up and look straight ahead. It lifts your body up now. Do you feel it?
My feet ache, sir.
How about your stomach? Does it lift your waist up?
Yes, it does.
It pulls your calf sinews and prevents them from getting thick, solves the problem of thick calves. It actually relaxes your muscles and makes your veins less obvious.
I feel like I'm being punished.
Stand on it a few minutes. Do you feel your body is heating up and getting sweaty?
I feel that my feet are really sore.
Don't worry, give it 3 minutes and you'll start to get used to it.
Oh my god, my feet are really sore now. But sir, you're really professional and knowledgeable. The moment I entered the shop, he observed the way I walked and my posture. Immediately, he knew I had problems with my back. He said my left shoulder is slightly tilted, my backbone is not straight, and my knees were too straight. If your knees are too straight, it's not good for your body. Why is that? Let's hear what the owner has to say.
Sure, I will describe it briefly. For example, let's say if you are suffering from degenerative joint disease because the knee supports the weight of your body. If your knees are too straight, the cartilage in your knee joints will be squeezed. It is actually harmful to your joints. So I will suggest to you that you try to learn to relax your knees when you stand. Do not let your knees become too straight.
Why do you have to relax your knees?
Because if you relax your knees, there will be less pressure on the cartilage of your knee joints. When your knees are too straight, the joints will tilt backwards. This will create more pressure on the cartilage in your joints. So that is why you must learn and try to relax your knees by a little bit. This will not hurt your knee joints. Hence, to have a healthy body, you must keep your back straight. The second will be to stretch and soften your sinews. If you satisfy both of these requirements, you will definitely stay healthy and pretty. The third is your body's digestion. If it's not working properly, you'll be unable to get all the daily nutrients you need. It's important to meet these 3 requirements. I do not really agree on this because if your spine is bent, then your body's qi and blood circulation will not flow properly. So I don't really agree on this. For example, if my spine is bent, you think about it. My bone marrow and my nerves, my blood vessels and my internal organs, my internal secretion, my digestion, circulation, and other physiologic functions naturally will not have proper flow. And in contrast, your qi and blood circulation and your metabolism and physiologic functions will not have the proper flow. So we can see from a medical point of view, you may testify these with a traditional Chinese medicine doctor. Traditional Chinese medicine studies like acupuncture and pressure point studies, or the internal classic of the Yellow Emperor, all have proof and citations on these. In Chinese traditional medicine, you will find a corresponding soreness point at the back when comparing to the location of the actual disease, which is at the front. For example, if I have problems with my heart, this means that the Gaohuang acupoint at the upper back, close to my shoulder blade and spinal cord, has problem. Western medicinal practices also have studies and research on this. This is called spinal nerve pathology, that every section of the spinal cord is responsible for a nerve that is related to the internal organ. Since we are young, we have been educated to keep chin up and chest out in order to look smart or pretty. But this is really bad and hurts your body. In other words, if your back is too straight, it hurts your body as well, because if your knees are too straight, your lower back will be lifted up, all the pressure will be gathered here. When you lift your lower back, gathering all the pressure, the cartilage here will be compressed. Once your cartilage is worn thin, you will need to get medical attention. When you have an x-ray taken, the doctor will say the soreness is due to aging. If there is too much pressure, then it may cause herniated intervertebral disc or bone spur. So my suggestion is when you stand, try to relax your knees and gradually bend it. Once you stretch your sinews, then you will have lesser chances to suffer from osteoporosis. It will prevent you from aging and deterioration, and you will not get as much sores and aches. If you keep your knees straight when you stand over a long period of time, it will affect the overall health of your body in the future. Your skin and body will definitely be bad. And also your shoulder here is slightly tilted. For example, if my shoulder is slightly tilted like yours, my stomach and kidney is at this side, then my internal organs will be squeezed. If I tilt my shoulder the other way, then the liver and kidney will be squeezed. If I slouch, then there will be lesser room for my heart and lungs, then circulation will be bad. So I can see that you have a slight case of scoliosis.
Oh, is it? So what do I do to address it?
Do you know that the most important part of your body is your spine? For example, if I have scoliosis, or if I have sciatica and bone spurs, or any other of the spinal problems, if I go to the hospital and have rehabilitation on my back problems, what the chiropractors will normally do is to ask me to lie down on a bed and use their rehab machines to pull my back to try to straighten it. But if I do not stretch my sinews on a regular basis, 2 hours later my sinews will pull my spine slowly back to its original position. So when you go in for rehabilitation, by taking injections and medication, it will only temporarily ease your pains. Another thing that is very important is your pelvic bone, because your spine is placed above the two pieces of pelvic bone. The two pieces of pelvic bone are like your desktop. What will happen if your desktop is tilted? Then how will you rehab your spine? No matter what kind of rehab you do or massage your sinews, seriously, all those efforts will be wasted. So if you want to stay healthy, the most important thing is to balance your pelvic cavity bone. The second thing is to straighten your spine. The third thing is to stretch your sinews. All of these things have to be done, then it will be effective. If not, a lot of effort and time will be wasted on rehabilitation. Also, there's a thing that men usually do not know. Actually, for you girls, after becoming a mother, usually you should know. Why do women suffer from incontinence? Do you know why men have prostate glands? And do you know why little children wet their beds? I will use an old Taiwanese idiom to illustrate my example. Have you ever heard in the past how the elderly in the countryside criticized a young man? Do not believe in what you see. Useless young boy at such a young age, walks like a duck. Actually, this is just like giving birth to a baby. I will use just a few simple terms to explain: spine, pelvis, and two legs. When you are giving birth to a baby, your legs are spread like this. If you did not take good care of your body properly after giving birth, then your body will not recover in a proper way that it should recover. If I walk like a duck, then I will have problems with my prostate gland. If you have given birth to a child and are now a mother, and you walk with your feet spreading outwards like a duck, you are likely suffering from incontinence. If little children walk with their feet spreading outwards like a duck, I will say that they have bad physique and will wet their bed. I will use another example to better explain my opinion. Imagine your body is like a house. If you want the house to be built nicely, just like how a person wants to be healthy and look pretty, the first thing is to lay down a sturdy and rigid foundation, because the most important part in a human body is the spine. The spine is located above the two pelvic bones, so these two pelvic bones are similar to the foundation of the house that you are building. If it's tilted and not laid properly, or if the soil is too soft, no matter how you reinforce or renovate it, it's all wasted.
You really have an in-depth knowledge of the human body health, and at the same time, you believe that when humans live, you should and must have a healthy body, and the only way to have it is to rely on yourself. And this starts from daily habits on how you take care of your feet. By having a healthy pelvic cavity, your spine will naturally grow straight. Coupled with the sinew extension exercises, naturally you will have a healthy body. The qi and blood circulation in your body will flow properly. Then you will definitely look better. You will also look more lively. So he said women will look more elegant and men will look a lot stronger. So this is the most fascinating part.
Especially when you are suffering from spinal problems, the best is try not to apply external force. If you are not careful, then you will hurt the nerves on your spine, then you will regret it for your whole life. Why do some people suffer from scoliosis? That's because of your daily bad habits. First, you do not sit properly. You like to cross your legs when you sit, because when you sit cross-legged, this will be bent as well. Secondly, when you stand, you like to stand with one of your feet in front and the other at the back. So if you want to stay healthy, you have to rely on your 2 feet. Balance your pelvic cavity. And then stretch your sinews regularly and adjust to make your spine straight. All 3 have to come hand in hand to let your body become healthier. Not one of them can be missed. And as for you ladies, your health does not only concern you, it also is an issue for your babies. Let's say if you are already pregnant, if your pelvic cavity is tilted, then your baby will grow under this distorted environment. Then when your baby is born, the baby will belong to a group called baby spinal scoliosis syndrome. I think you should have heard of a phrase, your body is your best doctor. This usually applies to bone problems. Any kind of medical help or external force is unable to help. Those are only just temporary cures. So your feet tell you your age, because from looking at your feet, I can see that if your pelvic bones are balanced or if they are healthy. If your pelvic bone is tilted, then of course your spine will not be in good shape. So we can tell a person's age just from looking at the feet. Right away, we will know that if your spine is healthy.
Before we end our interview, I would like to take the challenge again. I would like to wear 5 pieces of socks and try how it feels. At first, I have only 3 pieces of socks. The boss said at most you can put up to 5 pieces of socks. Standing with more than 5 pieces of socks will be harmful to our body. Many customers, after they try our wooden clogs, they feel that it's really good for their body. They actually